Legend of Total War here, and today we've got a Rating Your Doomstack video playing as Masters of Innovation with a pretty much maxed out Goblin Hewer Doomstack, which is one that I really wasn't expecting to get sent in, but when I had a look at these stats here, I'm thinking, okay, this is worth having a look at. I mean, an artillery piece with 84 speed, that's interesting, and also 7.4 thousand missile strength. The only thing that really turns me off about this Doomstack, though, is short range. Short? Anyway, this kind of range is really bad when dealing with something like an Araboid that can almost double its range. So it's going to be very situational. You bring this army to an enemy that has, you know, long-range archers or lots of artillery, let's just say High Elves or the Empire or something like that, then I don't think it's going to perform very well at all, because you're going to have to rely way too heavily on your Master Engineers. Anyway, let's just jump in and see how it performs. We're going up against about 2 full stacks here, a lot of regiments around this army here, and we'll see how it performs. Legend, you forgot a banner! Oh, they have so many flying units, so don't worry about it. So I think this is a very situational Doomstack. One that is actually maybe suited for Malakai's start position, because you start off at Krakadrak, and the notable enemies around there are things like Throg, Norska, I guess Throg is part of Norska, and other Warriors of Chaos. So these guys don't have much ranged units. So the most dangerous thing you're going to come across is like a Hell Cannon. And so most of the stuff are going to be coming into melee with you, and you'll be able to rip them to shreds. But as you expand throughout the campaign, you're probably going to want to ditch this for more versatile armies. So let's just see how it performs. We've got a pretty good defensive position here. I don't really want to be moving them around a whole lot. Okay, so the thing is with these units as well, got to take this into consideration, is that if these guys are caught in melee, they're still Slayers. Now there's only, what, 32 of them in there? I'm not sure. 32 Slayers compared to a full unit of Slayers. But their combat stats are pretty good for an artillery piece. They don't have any armor, but they've got some shields, so they can block some missile attack. Alright, well, let's see. We'll put Malakai in the middle and just try to get these guys to block the enemy as they're approaching. Looks like they've all got Iron Warden Tankins as well. Good, that is definitely a big bonus if you're going to use these guys as frontline troops. Okay. You want to put them right on the edge of the range of the Goblin Hewers. Bring them any closer and many units will probably try to run through. It's probably still going to happen, but we'll see. Alright, we're a little bit vulnerable on this flank here, so I'm just going to take these two and just move them a little bit more over this way, just to get a bit more of a perfect coverage of this way. Now, if the enemy decide to go around here, or here, we're screwed. But I think the AI is not very smart, even on very hard battle difficulty, so I just don't think they're going to do that, so we'll see. So put them all in guard mode, and we should mostly be able to AFK this battle. The main things that we need to pay attention to are archer units that decide not to shoot at our engineers. Looks like they've all got the Grudge Raker upgrade, which I think is the right call because that gives them extra melee defense. And I think there's some Doom Divers in there. We can also call on the Spirit of Grugny. Now, I don't want to use that in this battle because I do not think that you should have made this Doomstack with Malakai McKayson. Given that he boosts such a wide variety of units, giving him this Doomstack seems like a waste of his abilities. And so I want to use this as if it was commanded by just a random lord. Now, obviously, he does provide some unique boosts to them, just in terms of like their missile strength. But I don't think that's going to make that big of a difference, especially if I'm not using the Spirit of Grogny. I'll use 1 or 2 of the Zufbar 42-pounders. Oh, then again, we're getting so many of them because of all the engineers, not because of Malakai. Okay. Alright, that's fine. Because that way, we want to basically use this as if it was part of any generic dwarf faction. Because I just don't think it's special enough that you should really focus on this playing as Malakai. Alright, nothing's going on here. Let's speed this up. Thought they were advancing on. It's just Malakai's getting some shots in nice and early. Okay. That's another thing. All of our units are stalking. That's interesting. So, Malakai's definitely got some interesting abilities. But I'm not sure how much I want to use of them. So this one gives him regeneration quite a bit, actually. short range. So, imbues magical attacks on him, but he's already got magical attacks, so that's useless. Apart from the extra missile damage, I guess. Which, when shooting at infantry, he's already going to one-shot kill them, so that'd only be useful when shooting at a general. Getting a bit of extra physical resistance could be good when they advance it on us, because we're going up against an enemy that I don't think has any real magical attacks. I'm just not sure. Not much, if anything. No Hammer of Gork over there. Alright, here we go. Let's see us perform. Yeah, so they don't know that the artillery is here. Good. They decide not to go around here. Good. Yeah, look at this. In this latest patch, the AI really shoots in on engineers and single entities like this, which is not a good call for them. And that will provide us 20% extra resistance on that. Ooh, we're maybe just a little bit out of range there. Put them back in. Oh, damn. Well, those Goblin Hewers, they hew Goblins. They also seemingly inflict a fair bit of friendly fire. Oh. You can heal other units with it. Oh, so you actually can't use it on yourself. Okay. So whoever's taking a bit of damage, we'll see if we can entrench them a bit. Just taking a bit. So the Goblin Hew is a anti-large artillery piece. It's hard to really call something with 80 range an artillery piece. It's more, I'd consider it more of a war machine. Yeah, friendly fire. And I got him. Oh no, he doesn't have entrenchment. He's used it on someone else. Okay, see how it goes against this Arachnarok spider. As soon as they decide to start targeting it. Fuck me. God damn. Well, fuck that spider. Holy shit. That was pretty good. Yeah, in terms of short range damage output, this is pretty good. But that's the real problem here. It's just short range. Short. Hey, I didn't design to be short range. Let me rephrase that. It is not long range. Whoa, Malachi, get out of there. Holy crap, holy crap, holy crap. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Jeez, the damage. Yeah, you use this on an artillery piece. God damn, Malachi. Do you not have the... Yeah, he doesn't have a Iron Warden tank on one, so let's get him out of there. That's interesting. Okay, this is what I was worried about when the archers stop shooting at our single entities and start going after our artillery, which are short range. Short. Okay, let's get in closer. Because yeah, that 84 speed should come in handy here, and it's time to start. Because we got rid of all their melee infantry. Let's see what we can do now. Alright, so we're sort of done with the engineers now. There's just not really any more threat in terms of melee infantry. So now we've got to close in and... Those are a bit of a concern. Oh look, someone came around over this way. I'm going to try and shoot that. The enemy should be getting their army losses inflicted on them fairly soon. What happened to this one? Let's move that back.
Move! No! Slay them!
Yeah, very good damage output, I won't deny that. I just don't like their range.
They have wronged
I
us!
do like a long-range artillery. This is why I think that the sniper rifle cavalry army that we did yesterday was so good. Like, 241 range. It just made it so they couldn't get us.
Looks unworthy! Yes!
These Thunder Barges don't have any particularly good range, but at least they're mobile, and they can fire while moving, and they can just fuck things in like one shot, and they don't take much damage.
Fight! Yes!
Whereas these ones here are a little bit more vulnerable. Alright, you, get over here. Alright, all of these, let's move them back. Man, Malachi took a ton of damage. I think that was mostly friendly fire as well. So you gotta be careful if you're gonna do this. Put these ones around here. You got the Crimson Killers coming through there. You gotta watch out for the forest because that can provide them quite a bit of cover.
Range fire! Range fast!
Pretty funny how fast these little guys can move. They're definitely not slow. Good stuff. Alright, so Crimson... Oh, here we go. Someone came through here. I need you guys to try to target this dude.
Move now! War of vengeance!
Oh, hang on, we got Crimson Killers coming through here. Alright, maybe I do need my engineers still.
Move now! It is a reckoning!
Can also restore their ammunition. Chip them back.
Come on!
Yeah, they're so quick. They're definitely faster than regular infantry. Yeah, if I shoot into this, that's going to be a big problem because they're quite inaccurate, imprecise. That doesn't matter. We didn't take the army losses. I definitely don't think this battle went perfectly, but our army is in decent shape apart from Malachi.
With a Caradan Corps! Fulfill our oaths and die!
But yeah, definitely not feeling this one here as a 10 out of 10 doomstack. Yeah, this was only 2 full stacks compared to what some of the other armies were dealing with. Yeah, I could go restore their ammo, but I just don't need to. The battle's over. These are now constructs, so they're no longer unbreakable. Okay. That was interesting, yeah. Walked out of there, relatively low damage, just apart from Malachi. Not sure why he doesn't have the Iron Wooden Tankard on, but the others do. Because, yeah, he was out of the combat for a little while. He could have probably healed to here if he had one on. But yeah, I think the majority of the damage that was done to him was the Goblin Hewers. So if you're going to put anyone up front, really try to max out their missile resistance so that you don't take as much damage from it. And now we just need to see how, I guess, how cost effective and how convenient it is to recruit this, because this is definitely not a 10 out of 10 doomstack. This is not what you should be building in the late stage of the campaign. Especially not for Malachi.
Get the gold! Inventing's not a cheap business!
Alright. Just be done with the saving because it's on legendary Iron Man mode. Okay. So if we have a look at this, yeah, so missile strength for artillery and flying war machines, so 20%. So that can go on anything, which includes the gyrocopters. And I definitely felt a bit better about the gyrocopters than this army. For sure. Now let's see how convenient this would be to recruit. Obviously, engineers for Malachi is not too difficult to get. So let's just go to the building browser here and have a little look. Alright, so they're recruited from the tier 3 building at the same tier as cannons. They actually have... They're 50 gold base more expensive than cannons, and the cannon army that we saw. Holy crap, that was so much better than this. Although that one is very terrain dependent, and that might have struggled a little bit in that terrain. But at the same time, it wouldn't have let anything get close. So if you're going to go with Malachi McKayson, I feel like that's a lot better. It's at the exact same tier, and it's cheaper. So on that regard, it's losing points. In terms of gyrocopters, I mean, you can get gyrocopters at tier 2 and tier 3. And the Trollhammer ones, they're grudge settlers, so you just need to do your Age of Reckoning stuff in order to get those. So the gyrocopter doomstack is more convenient to recruit than this, because you can start it a lot sooner. I know that the brimstone guns, they're definitely good, and you're going to want to build these for the master engineers anyway. Right, okay, I think I've got enough information here to make a judgment call on it. Alright. Where are you? In terms of, like, its damage output, it took out 2 full stacks. It didn't get that badly hurt. Maybe with his equipment. Right, because it's got the Eyes of Grugny on. Right, I see. That's why he doesn't have a regen item. Okay, well then, if that was the case, I probably shouldn't have put him at the front, but that we also don't want anyone getting into our artillery. So, yeah, we've got to make a judgment call about that one. Anyway, in terms of its damage output, I'd probably rate this like maybe 8 out of 10, because it's very situational. Like, Greenskins is probably sort of something that it can handle quite well. They're literally called Goblin Hewers. But bringing this up against a lot of the higher ranged factions, like Kislev and High Elves, Dark... Oh, this would not be good against Dark Elves, not at all. Empire, just big no's. Vampire Coast, no. Tomb Kings, no. Yeah, you just... Anything that with very limited range, it's fine against. So Norska's fine. Most Demons of Chaos should be fine. Warriors of Chaos should be fine, apart from Hell Cannons. But anything else, you really got to watch out. Like, definitely don't bring it against Cathay either. So, very situational, and that's why it brings the score down. In terms of its ease of use, it's not too bad. Like, I wasn't doing a whole lot of micro in that battle, but at the same time, it wasn't a difficult fight. So, I'd say somewhere mid. I think in the more difficult fights, you would have to micro these guys a lot harder than some of the other doomstacks that we've seen, especially the Thunder Barge and the Gyrocopter doomstacks. That was actually not difficult at all. And then there's the convenience of recruiting. And I just think that there are armies that are more convenient to recruit. I feel like these ones here should fit more along the lines of tier 2, just because of their lack of range. I think that's the thing that really hurts them the most. 80 range means they really have to get in close. And I get that they're also pretty good in melee, but I don't really value a unit like that is able to do things that it's not really needed to do. Like, typically speaking, you don't want your artillery pieces in melee, so the fact they're good in melee is of not much value. It's going to boost them in the auto-resolve, but you can see there, 2 full stacks that didn't win against the auto-resolve there, so it's not like they're fantastic in auto-resolve. So I think overall, this is an okay Doomstack if you just want to have like a flavor sort of army, you just want to see how it performs. I definitely wouldn't recommend it for Malachi McKayson. I think his talents are better spent pretty much anywhere else. Like, Gyrocopter's really good, Cannon's really good, Thunderbarges, the best. But this is probably not what I would go for him. So overall, I'd probably give it like a 7.5 or an 8. You know, rating it out of 10. It definitely doesn't break the rating systems like the other one does. I don't think this is like overpowered. It's like super damaging at short range. But anything about outside of that, it's just not going to be able to handle very well. So it's very situational. And very situational Doomstacks are never going to get particularly high scores. The Doomstacks that get like 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, or above, they're the ones that go up against anything and everything and walk out without barely a scratch. And this is just not that army. So overall, I appreciate this guy making this and sending it in. Not every Doomstack can get a 10 out of 10. You know, some of them have to fall a little bit short. But it's not a bad Doomstack. It's not like it's a army full of Grail relics. You know, the only 0 out of 10 army I think I've ever rated. But yeah, it's alright. I wouldn't build one in my campaigns, that's all. Anyway, that's the end of this one here, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the Goblin Hewer, not just as a Doomstack, but as a unit. I think it's a good unit. Putting 1 or 2 in an army for any monsters that come in can be really good, because it absolutely shredded the Ragnarok spiders. But I think spamming them in an army, I just don't think it suits that role at all. You know, it's only going to work if the enemy just has no missile units. Anyway, that's the end of this one. Appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Later, guys.